Hello YouTube, we're doing a skin mid-low comb over, skin fade, and we're actually changing the hairstyle from an undercut with the V, and we're switching it back to the comb over with the part. All right.
I would have known you had one for sale. I would have bought one.
Start with the trimmer line. Just right above the ear. Oops, sorry. Now drop it down. Do this like in a flicking motion, not too far. Shorter, smaller strokes, so you don't overcompensate and go too high. Then I go zero closed. Just make a small line to kind of get out the trimmer line that we just did, and to raise the line a little bit so I can see the trimmer line, so I can blend it out. I'll come back with the trimmer and flick that out after I use the foil shaver to go closer to the skin. Do you not want it? You want it that way?
What?
How we used to do it, right?
Yeah.
Right. I already pre-cleaned all my implements. So I start from the bottom. As I get closer to that trimmer line, I'm gonna flick the foil shaver in order to kind of fade out the line from the foil. Just a little bit under the ear. You don't want to go too high because we're doing a mid-low fade. This is just to get that beautiful contrast from light to dark, and to allow the haircut to last longer, because we're all about quality cuts and making the customer feel appreciated. That way they don't have to come back every 2 days to get a haircut, even though we want them to, but you gotta show love and let the haircut last. So then I come back with the trimmer and just flick. Push it all the way down, please. Thank you. Like I said, you don't want to flick too much and create a new line. We're trying to get out with the old, in with the new. Now, mind you, I'm holding my phone and doing this at the same time, so forgive me if the video isn't perfect, but doing two things at once. And also I would probably use my other hand to push the ear down. So then what I do is, in order to get these lines Kind of just go at an angle. I kind of lift up and it just blends perfectly into the number 3. It's a 1.5 closed ending. We're not trying to make new lines, we're trying to blend out. Make a new line, because we're not making new lines, we're trying to erase line. Closed. We go to about where I had that 1.5. This is the half clip. Closed. Zigzag into the number 1. We're gonna blend the half clip in now. Going back down all the way to the half.
Pretty.
Just go just in a little bit, about halfway. Alright, now to the other side. Gonna do the 1.5 clip. Closed. Because this side we're gonna try and blend into the longer hair. So we're not gonna go up too high in underneath. Number 1. Closed. Open to 1.5 to blend into the 1.5 clip. Half clip. Closed. Just to raise the line a little bit. Okay. Then I open it to blend into the number 1. Just kind of flick. You don't want to go too high with the half clip, because you don't want it to make a new line. So open to half. I'm only limited to one hand right now, but if I had two, I would brush the hair just to kind of, so I can see the line better. And then sometimes you want to just move them around a little bit, get different angles, different light angles, because you know you got the skin line you're trying to blend out, and it could look perfect here, but when they step out in the sun, it can expose itself to the world, and that's not what we want to do. Every haircut has to be perfect. You're only as good as your last haircut. So then, I don't know if you noticed, but I went a little bit closer to the zero guard, or zero. And I just flick a little bit, just trying to get this line out. Once this line is out, then I can go back and do more detail work. So I'm gonna go back around to a different light, just to make sure everything's perfect. What I like to do is actually look from the side. If you look from the side, I can see it right here. You see the line right there. You see that? So if you look from the side, it'll help you see the flaws, and then you can blend them out. Now just final detail work. Got the half clip open. I can still see the line from the V. I'm gonna blend that out. Now I gotta blend from where this side to this side. 0. What's she talking about, Jay?
No, I don't speak Chinese. Or Mandarin, whichever.
So I do a lot of zigzag. I always start off higher with the clippers and then go down, because if you go too short, too close up, you're gonna make a new line, and we're not trying to make new lines, we're trying to blend out the old lines. I like to angle it a little bit so that way I don't make any mistakes. And when you angle it, you're actually lifting the clipper up, and it's giving you a different length. Every stroke is just blending without having to use different clips. Shit all the way down right there. And we're almost done. Back to the detail clip, the magic clip, the half clip. That's when I just come in here and just blend these this little darker bulk here. That's making it look like there's not a line, but it makes it look like a line. So I like to blend it out more, just to make everything transition beautifully from the dark to light. This fade's hard enough to do with two hands, so. Now it's just finishing up details, you know. It's never going to be perfect your first go around. You're going to always have to come back and touch up some things just to make it all come together. One and a half clip. Number 2. To blend out that old V that we had there. I don't know if you remember, but this was a new haircut we were creating. Alright, so in order to blend out this line right here, the hair that hangs over, because there was a part underneath, so what I'm gonna do is use my thinning shears just to kind of get the bulk down a little bit. Because we still want it to be full and hang over just a little bit, but to blend into the hair, into the fade. So now go back to my scissors. I'm gonna go to the shortest to longest. You don't want to go too high because then it'll expose this part. So we're gonna try and get it to blend right into the hair. So go back to my thinning shears just a little bit, not too much. Perfect. Then we still have the remnants of that V that was here, so I'm just gonna thinning shears, blend it. A lot of times I like to do clipper over comb as well, depending on the haircut. If it says low skin fade, I love using clipper over comb. And then if you see, I'm pushing closer to the skin, and I'm only getting this bottom line here, just a blend from here to there. And I just go to the small little hairs that are left over from the thinning shears, because the thinning shears don't cut evenly. It's more like a staggered cut. So I'm just coming in for detail. That's good. Thank you. The most important part, the edge. I always like to start from the bottom right here. Strike. Boom, 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 till you can't go anymore. This, until you can't go anymore. Then you pick it up with this side. It's not going to be perfect because you're going to come back with the razor and that's going to make it sharp. So it's really just that initial line you got to make. If you see, you can see the curve right there. So then I go over here. Even though I skin this out, I always just go back over it.
Barbershop.com, go to the website, and you'll be able to see all the we will have to check that.
So that boom, 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 right here. So you can't go any further. If you do, you're gonna go into the haircut. Then you stop, pick it up from where you left off with the curve. Linwood. So with the part line, I like to just come in at an angle, push down, I always go thin as I can towards the back here, and then a little thicker towards the front, just to give it that nice sharp look.
would've shown you the detail with the straight razor, but unfortunately, I only have one hand, so I didn't wanna mess up.